off my circulation. Rory was to the left, biting his fingernails, a habit he brought with him from our university days. My best friend did have a point. If this was a failure, it really was easier said than done to start over. This app was our baby, literally since we'd been babies, studying for our computer science masters in Edinburgh. A lot of pot noodles and instant coffee had gone into this project, but there'd been nothing instant about any other part of the process. We'd been in London since we graduated, on a mission to make it work. And maybe it could. 30 seconds! Maeve whisper shouted in my ear. She might not have been a direct member of the team, but she was our own personal cheerleader, and the feeling was mutual. We'd been known to pull all-nighters during uni, flicking the kettle on for Maeve as she got up to study, just as we finally went to sleep. And she was the one who dragged us out to karaoke bars when she declared that we needed a break. Rory's karaoke song had been, and always would be, Copacabana. She'd also been the one administering pep talks backstage before our crowdfunding pitch 2 years ago. I'd been a hyperventilating mess, throwing up my wild waves in approximately 50 different versions of a messy bun before we went on stage. Rory had been eerily silent, running through his cue cards at breakneck speed. It was potentially the only time I'd ever known him to have nothing to say, and it had freaked me the hell out. Maeve had been the glue, pinching our skin hard enough to bring us back to reality, forcing us to have a bit of self-belief. She'd always been our rock, and as a recently qualified psychologist, pep talks were kind of her thing. I think I'm going to be sick. Rory grabbed my hand now, bringing me back to reality. Please don't. I nudged him with my hip. It would be a really inconvenient time to have to deal with you spewing. I told you last time, Raw. I'm not holding your hair back again. I felt the side-eye before I saw it. We'd been friends long enough now that I knew every single combination of his facial expressions and what they meant. And this particular blend of a slightly scrunched up nose, ruffled hair and gritted teeth said, "Not now, Penny." 15 seconds. I allow myself to feel something other than nerves. In 15 seconds, Level would be out in the world for anyone to download. I was a deeply pragmatic person. I had been the only person to take further maths in sixth form. I had always searched for a way that numbers could make sense of life, and now we might actually have cracked it. 10. Around the room, people started to chant. 9. Rory grabbed my hand. 8. Maeve squeezed even harder, eyes bright with excitement. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. I took a breath, holding it. 2. 1. Rory's eyes met mine, the nerves suddenly disappearing and morphing into something more like elation. His eyes were bright, and I could see my own excitement reflected back at me. This might have been a team effort from over 30 people, but at its core, it was a dream concocted between the two of us in our university bedrooms. We did it, I finally exhaled, resting my head on his shoulder. Feeling his head lean on mine, I could imagine him smiling to himself. Yep, we made an app. Everyone in the room had their phones out, checking the app store and typing in the word Level. Shouts went up, almost collectively as it appeared. Our little green logo, painstakingly designed and redesigned and redesigned. Just one of the many elements that had taken us 4 years to get right. But it was real, and it was there. Life started now, and I couldn't wait. I was just telling the barmaid that my best friends are going to change the world, Maeve said as she came outside with a white wine spritzer for her and a pint for me, placing them on the wooden table in front of us and shimmying onto the bench, pulling her jacket closer to her body. It was that time of year, early spring, when it was definitely not warm enough for a beer garden yet, but everyone still gave it their best shot because the thought